All right, we're gonna do a rust treatment challenge between these two brands. Loctite, which I've only used one can of before, but I did like it, seemed to work. Permatex I've used quite a bit, and I have had mostly good results, but maybe some mixed results. So anyway, I want to compare these two. They go on a little different. I think Permatex, you add coats every 2 or 3 minutes, and Loctite you wait 30. I believe, I'll read the instructions. I know there's other products, Eastwood, but they've got all their own YouTube commercials and all that shit. So let's just talk about these two brands for now. And if anybody wants to compare a different brand, let me know and we can add it to the list one day. Okay, so there's my sections after I ground them. And we'll just keep it uniform. We'll do Loctite on the right side, Permatex on the left, and I have these two areas ground clean. And then this area and this area I left alone with the rust scale on it, and we'll treat those the same. Permatex on this side, Loctite on this side, and we'll see how they look. So Permatex is 2 to 3 coats with 2 to 3 minutes in between each coat, and then you allow it 24 hours to cure. So that is the directions on this one. I'll probably go ahead and do this one first and just get all 3 coats on it. And let's read the Loctite directions. I do believe they're different. They're the same in the treatment. They want you to basically get them to this state, get rid of the scale. Shake can well, 8 to 10 inches away, all that's the same. Apply 2 thin coats, lightly, evenly coats, allowing no more than 20 minutes between coats. Apply after the first coat turns black. Yeah, and the same thing, allow 24 hours. So a little bit different. This one just says wait till it turns black, no more than 20 minutes, and then this one's basically every 2 minutes, add a coat. So I'll do 3 coats. First coat of Permatex is on. I went ahead and covered up this other side and finish this process, and then I'll figure out some way to cover this side without tape while I'm spraying the Loctite on. But okay, third and final coat going on. And this is 2 minutes in between coats. So there you go, Permatex is done. Just got a little board here just to keep from overspraying onto the other test subject. All right, and we'll wait. Says 15 minutes or 20 minutes, no more than 20 minutes. So I'm gonna wait 15, and we'll see what it looks like then. Put another coat on. I'll do 3 coats of this also, so I'll have the same amount of coats on each. And the last coat of Loctite going on. And I'll let it dry and we'll look at it. You can see the Permatex looks really good so far, and a little bit under there where maybe I didn't get some spray, but just as far as the area that it has coated, it's turning black for sure. And I will probably, before I set it out and test it, I'll get all that covered up and treated real well. But I guess we just wait 24 hours, look at this tomorrow and compare the two. So right now, Permatex doing a good job. And I did want to mention this. I talked about it in another video, just working on the car, my kind of daily walk around rant. But this Rust-Oleum rust reformer says instantly converts rust to a protected paintable surface. Well, you know, all these rust converters, they turn the rust black as they convert it. But if you look at Rust-Oleum's, it just paints it black. And if you think that's like instantly converting, well, if you spray it on cardboard, it paints it black. So yeah, I don't know about this. To me, it's just paint. I don't know. I probably will. I've been talking shit on it. I'll paint a surface here with it, and we'll just do a experiment with it to let it sit outside and see how it holds up versus these. But I mean, as far as being able to tell if it's converting rust, it's impossible. So yeah, to me, garbage, but I don't know, we'll see. It's about, I'd say 12 hours into the day, maybe not 12, but 8, 9, 10 hours later, and you can literally, I would say, see no difference between Permatex and the Loctite brand. You see that there, that's just probably where I didn't spray it good. There's some of that on, this one doesn't have the step up, but I mean, you see like right there, that's just areas where I didn't spray. One thing I would note is that it is darker where I used the wire wheel on these two pieces, and you can see where I just went straight over the rust as it existed. Doesn't look quite as converted, but I just wanted to see how it did. And I would say for that, the Loctite looks a little less black than where I did the Permatex, but it's not, I don't think the rust was quite, seemed like maybe it was a little more scaly down here than it was up here, where these two were almost identical. So this is more of an apples to apples comparison in my opinion. But yeah, just something to note. If you're not planning on cleaning at all, maybe the Permatex is a little better, but we'll see what they look like in the morning. 24-hour checkup, and you can see the Loctite and Permatex both did their job. Some of this is just my, you see on the edges there, kind of along the sides, where I didn't get the spray on real well, but that's on both. So I would say that's just more user error and just, you know, these being layered pieces. I like it. They both work. You look at the pieces I didn't grind. This is the Permatex, and that is the Loctite. And as I mentioned before, I do believe this end was a little more scaly, but I mean, it does look like the Permatex turned more of it black than the Loctite. But as far as the pieces we wire wheeled, they look pretty much identical, I would say. Yeah, I think the only other thing to do, I mean, as of right now, to me, I think it kind of comes down to price. Another advantage, the Permatex goes on faster. Another thing, you know, I said I had mixed results with Permatex before. I'm thinking maybe I wasn't shaking the can at all, if not enough. So I might have had some, you know, uneven mixture that I was spraying out, and may have been why I got mixed results, because sometimes it did work, sometimes it didn't. Either one's fine. They both work. Probably comes down to price. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to set these outside. We'll set this back outside, and we'll just check on it every day, 2 or 3 days, see how they hold up. And like I said, I know that's not really telling us anything, because at this point you would just put some primer on it and be done with it. But just in the name of science, let's do it. So I can't say for the win on either of these. I'd say these guys are tied. It's kind of what I'm thinking. And old Rust-Oleum rust converter, aka spray paint, it's still black like spray paint. There you are. Yeah, I'm talking about you, cheap ass shit. So if we're calling this a tie between the performance of the two products, I guess we can go to price. And Permatex on Amazon, this is where I bought both cans, $14.12, $1.38 fluid ounce, and versus the Loctite, same size, 10.25 ounces, $8 or 78 cents a fluid ounce. So for me, they both do the same job, and in the past I have had better luck with the Loctite rust neutralizer. So I guess we're going to chalk this up to Loctite's a winner. I mean, you can get a lot more for a lot less.
One eternity later.
All right, this is almost a year, yeah, damn near a year later. This is the same spring, and I just wanted to kind of show you all the results this far in the future. Been sitting in this same exact spot, which is kind of, yeah, I mean, it gets rained on, it's outside, and this is how it looks. So of course we know these were not, you know, they're just rust converters, they're not primers, but it is interesting to see. This is the Loctite versus the Permatex right here, and you see it looks like the Loctite has rust prevented a little better than the Permatex did. And then you look over here in the old the Rust-Oleum brand rust converter that basically paints it, probably held up better than any of them. So again, this was a test on rust converting and not rust prevention. But I mean, if you, I'll go back to it. Both of these work. I do think the Loctite is a little better, although I have had issues with the spray nozzles on some of the bottles I bought. And it is cheaper. But if you just want to like protect something that you don't have time to grind and clean and get in real great shape, but you just kind of want to do some rust prevention for a while, that Rust-Oleum stuff, it has held up. I mean, I did 0 grinding in this spot, just sprayed over old flaky rust, and this has been sitting outside for about a year, and that's how it looks. So anyway, I do need to get these springs. I probably should do something with these, yeah, before they just rust and fall apart. But I mean, they're still good, I believe. Just need to be busted apart, cleaned up. Yeah, I may do that one day, or I may just stick them in my attic. I don't know. Anyway, all right, but that's it. I don't know. I don't know who the winner is. I still like Loctite, but yeah, this Rust-Oleum rust converter has held up pretty well. So anyway, inconclusive, I would say.